Hi, this is Eden. Welcome to another episode of Inner Beauty Friday, where we talk about balancing our inner beauty with our outer beauty so we can achieve full radiance. And, everything that is physical is just temporary. It doesn't last. What lasts is our soul, our inner being, and the impact we make on others is always from the inside. It's not external. So, because we are in the beauty industry, I like to balance that out, focusing on the externals and focusing on the internals. And when you drive your business, when you bring out your business from the place of your inner beauty, it really creates a connection with your customers that isn't as deep as when you focus merely on the externals. So that's why I do this Inner Beauty Friday every Friday. So today I'd like to talk about the power of yielding. So you may be thinking, okay, yielding is a way of surrendering, of giving up power. So how is that powerful? Okay, so what does this power of yielding actually look like in our day-to-day life, our real life? I'll give you some examples from my own life. So this past weekend, I've been really busy. I had to shoot some YouTube videos. I had to get supplies and props. I had things to give to clients, shopping lists and schedules and so forth, and, meetings to do. It was crazy busy, okay? And so whenever it's crazy busy like that, I am tempted, as probably are many of you, to do things the quick way. I'm going to just power through this, do the mastering. I'm going to make a list. I'm just going to go. I'm going to cross things off and I'm just going to go. But I kind of had this feeling, I did a meditation in the morning on Saturday morning, and I got this feeling of needing to yield, needing to yield, that I needed to operate from my business in that place of yielding, and just always tapping into that yielding, because from there, that's where my calling was coming from, where my motivation was coming from. And I need to stay tuned into that motivation and not get too caught up in details. So instead of just going online and ordering super fast the herbs I needed for the videos and so forth, and just kind of making it fast and get one-day shipping, I decided that I would go to my local herb lady, because those were my values of I believe in the principle of whose family are you feeding, bloom where you're planted, which was something I learned a long time ago in Catholic school. And so I've been planted in this neighborhood. I need to support the businesses that are in my neighborhood, because there are ways in which those businesses are feeding me too. So I went to the local herb lady, and I felt like, even though she's more expensive and she might not have everything I need and this and that, and I went to the farmer's market to get fresh herbs and so forth. And in the process of doing that, not only did I feel better, not only did I make a new friend or two, I also got invited to do some in-person workshops. So I wouldn't have gotten that business from a stranger on the internet, And so when you are yielding, when you're in that power of surrendering and letting go of control, it doesn't mean that you don't do anything. I didn't yield and decide to go and watch 10 episodes of reality TV, but I yielded and I did the thing that, was the right thing to do, even though it wasn't necessarily comfortable or convenient, okay? And so in that, there were blessings that came from that I wouldn't have gotten to otherwise, and I wouldn't have been able to slow down enough to really chat with people and take the opportunity to connect. And it wasn't even something I was looking for. It was just something that came up, that was offered. And a lot of that has been happening lately. So that's one way in which, yielding happens. And another thing is that I ended up messing up one of my workshop recordings, and I didn't know what to do, and I was really trying to force it and trying to splice and dice and edit and finish and da-da-da. But, at the end of the day, I just had to yield to the fact that I need to do this again. I just need to do it again. And I did it, and I was worried that I wouldn't have enough time because, you know, my husband and kids are away on a road trip. This was a perfect day to batch shoot some YouTube videos and so forth, and I just wanted to get those done. I didn't want to focus on the workshop, but it turned out that they left late anyway, and so I had time to reshoot the workshop, shoot a second workshop, and do all my batch videos. It just so happened, and my videographer, thank goodness, was available for the shoot to do it. And so I get to show up with more integrity for the people who've already paid, who are waiting for that workshop to be edited appropriately, and I have some new video footage out of it. So that's the power of yielding. It really is a very powerful form of creating, a very feminine form of creating. And there is a place for the masculine form of creating too, you know, because sometimes you do need to power through things. You do need to get things done. You do need to cross off lists, and you do need to have that action. But always check and see if you're in balance, if the masculine and feminine aspects of yourself, whether you're male or female, are in balance, and you're practicing yielding as well as pushing forward. All right, so that's it for this week's episode of Prosper in Beauty, Inner Beauty Friday, and I look forward to seeing you next Friday. Thank you for staying here with me.